It's 6:48 on Morning Live. Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, known for his attributes and achievement, Oliver Tambo would be turning 99 years old today. He played a vital role in our democracy, including the inclusion of the Bill of Rights within our now celebrated Constitution. This evening, the Oliver and Adelaide Tambo Foundation will be hosting a memorial lecture to commemorate his life and the legacy. And to share more on this, we're joined by the CEO of the foundation, Leader Vilakazi, and Dali Tambo, who's the late Oliver Tambo's son. A very good morning to you, Linda and Dali. And this is actually a bittersweet day for all of us. Now, first of all, I'll start with you, Linda. Now, Honorable Justice Mogoeng will be the keynote speaker at tonight's event here. Why him?
Yeah, that's a good question. But I think if one looks at where the country is and the caliber of the person we're honoring today, especially if you look at his values, his leadership styles, and how he carried himself in those days and the most difficult days of his time, and you compare that with us today, I think as a country we needed to hear from somebody who can speak to everyone across all barriers, across colors, across even political lines, and we felt that the Chief Justice occupies a very significant role in this country, but also he as a person carries very valuable attributes that we believed would help us as a country, to help us, give us a moment to do some introspection and begin to chart a better path for the country, which is anyway a necessary trait for any developing country, to once in a while take stock of where you're at and improve at what you're doing. We're faced with many challenges today. Everybody can't deny that the education spectra is in deep crisis. Yeah. The economy stumbles from one point to the next without us clearly knowing where we're going. Social cohesion and general morality in the country, I think, needs a bit of a reboost. So we felt that the Chief Justice would guide South Africa, not just the Tambo Foundation, but using the Tambo Foundation platform.
Indeed, it's very much undeniable that we need that self-introspection to chart a way forward. Now, Dali, your father would have turned 99 years old today. How do you feel?
Right. Well, I feel many things. It focuses the mind. And all last night, this morning when I woke up, I thought about our life in exile, coming back to South Africa, the whole journey, and his journey in particular. I was woken up this morning by my little boy, but today is also my son's birthday. So I am the son of Oliver Tambo, but I'm also the father of Oliver Tambo, because my son was born on the same day as his grandfather.
Wow, really?
And he turns 18 today. So it's a day of great introspection, but I'm very proud of his achievements. I'm very proud of those people that walked with him during that era, the Johnny Makatinis, all kinds of people, Moses Mabidas, so many that passed before liberation was achieved, but worked so hard and dedicated their lives with full commitment, self-sacrifice, and a sterling determination to free their people. So I think I feel great pride in him, in my mother, in all those within the movement and in other formations who were part of that generation and part of that era, and who were the authors of our liberty.
Right. Now, there will be a wreath-laying ceremony later on this morning led by President Jacob Zuma, and I'm sure all the speakers, they will be taking a reflection and an introspection over how he impacted their lives. What's your fondest memory with your father?
Sure. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I had so many. Even though he was hardly ever around, he would come from time to London for ANC business. Okay. And then he would be followed by hordes of people from Joe Slover's, Thabo Mbeki's, the Pahad brothers, this one, that one. And so we had very few times together, but I did do a tour of Africa with him after the stroke. And on that tour, we had a lot of personal time together. In Sweden, we had a lot of, in which he spoke to me about all kinds of aspects of his life that he had never had the opportunity to before. But I ended up not being bad at football, and I credit him with that. Because one day my mother said to him, I want you to leave this meeting and go down to the park and teach your son football, to kick a ball? And he said, no, but Dili, I'm busy. You can see I've got all these people. She said, every father teaches his son how to play. I want you to go now,
Absolutely,
Papa.
yeah.
So we did. And it was a lovely experience. He was a perfectionist. So I got irritated a bit, but when I look back on it, just that little moment with him, those few hours, taught me what to do with my feet when they connected with the ball.
Right.
And I used that for many years. So I suppose that would be one of the more flippant memories I have of him.
And how will the family be celebrating this day?
Well, we'll be going to the wreath laying.
Okay.
We'll be attending the lecture. And we always have our own private moment, both at the graveside and at home, where we really celebrate both of them. They were an indivisible couple who were separated for most of their marriage by the struggle, but who were totally united in their love and in their commitment to the struggle. So when it's my mother's birthday, we celebrate OR and her. When it's his birthday, we celebrate her as well. So it's that. We have a tradition where on many Sundays our children read a chapter from one of the books about him. We feel it's important that they get to know him in simple ways.
Right.
But no, it's always a matter of the family remembering him. We do it all year, but there are particular times when it's special. I remember with my son Oliver once when he was 4 years old, we were at a function and I could see he was confused. People were singing about his grandfather and he turned to me, he said, "Daddy, why are they singing about me?"
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
So he's always been a very vivid part of the children's life as well, of his grandchildren's life as well.
Right. Now, Linda, what's the foundation doing to uphold the legacy of Oliver Tambo and maintaining it briefly?
I think other than celebrating today and being part of other celebrations across the country, because many stakeholders love him and celebrate him, as a foundation we've gone back to the drawing board and we beginning to design and craft legacy programs that we will be unearthing next year as we prepare for his centenary. Okay. And our big focus is to look at how we can intervene in the youth sector, how we can intervene in the education sector, but also contribute towards building a leadership cohort for the country, among other things. But lastly, quite importantly, it's how can we work with women and improve their access to economic development across different sectors. So watch the space. That's the kind of work we are beginning to craft and wanting to have anchor legacy programs that besides the celebrations and the lectures, people can begin to relate and benefit for their own development.
All right. Linda and Dali, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on Morning Live.
Thank you
so much for chatting to you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
That was the late O.R. Tambo's son, Dali Tambo, and as well as the Oliver and Adelaide Tambo Foundation CEO, Linda Vilakazi, speaking to us in our Johannesburg studios as we celebrate the legacy and in commemoration of the legacy of O.R. Tambo. And we'll certainly cross over to Palisa, who is at the graveside at the Eguruleni, and we'll definitely give you more updates and in our later bulletins. Well, this is Morning Live. We'll be back with more just after the break.